through some more here. Gadget Girl streaming live from the City of Angels, actually here in the Studio City. And today I have a special treat that you should add to your life every day. Every day! Red cabbage, especially if you're a woman who has hormone imbalances. In fact, all women have hormone imbalances. Why? Because the water and the foods that we consume are full of synthetic hormones. We can't avoid it. It's in the pesticides, it's in the water, it's in our soils. And so the best way to combat it is with red cabbage. Red cabbage provides all the foundational nutrients that a woman needs to create the natural hormones that will break down the coating of synthetic hormones around her cell. Now that sounds like a little bit biased. What about men? Well, men, you have the same problem. The older you get, the harder it's going to be to eliminate those synthetic hormones, and you're going to start to have your prostate issues. You're not going to be able to have that vitality that you normally have. So adding cabbage to your meal every day, it's a great way no matter what you make. Simple little process. So first of all, I want you to see, notice that white stuff around this cabbage. That's pesticides. If you're consuming it here in the United States, even though it's grown in Chile, the United States requires that you spray the vegetables, even if they're organic, as they come into the country. So will we ever get organic-free, pesticide-free? No. And so these are some of the cautions. Now, even though I have this sharp knife, it is tough to cut a cabbage. So there you have it. Here's my cabbage. I'm going to set this aside. And we're going to work with this. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the core out. And it's a little bit tough to get those pesticides off, but we're going to do it anyway. And so how do I do that? So first thing, here's my... So I'm going to take and spray both inside and out. And you're going to love this because remember, it's all in the way you slice it that turns it into gourmet. And so we're not going to use my trusty little knife that's been sharpened. Whoops. We're actually going to use an Asian slicer. And this is how simple it is to make. And you should add this every day, especially if you're going to have pizza or something else. As soon as you add the cabbage to what you're consuming, you're going to start breaking it down, but also providing the nutrients your body needs to break it down in the digestive system. So here's it. This is an Asian slicer. It has lots of different parts. I use this one specifically to get me a very thin. You're going to see this thing adjusts so the depth of that slice can be determined. And I try to set it at the lowest slice for my cabbage. And I'll show you, look at that thin slice of cabbage. So the thinner it is, the less you have to chew, but the live enzymes are going into your stomach, already starting to break down whatever you eat with it. And so if you get this, this is like paper thin slice of cabbage, and that's how simple it is to make a gourmet salad that can go with any of the meals that you're making. So for those of you that don't like lettuce, we actually drink our lettuce through our Gerson green drink. We actually juice 7 leafy vegetables: endive, escarole, red leaf lettuce, romaine lettuce, Swiss chard, watercress, beet tops, and red cabbage. And we drink that every day with a Grandsmith apple. But now look at that. See, we probably spent less than a minute, maybe 2. Teresa talks a lot, but that's the fun part of being a gadget girl. Okay, so that's our salad. That's simple. And because some of these things are a little hard to chew, I then come back and give myself a quarter or less of a slice. So remember, it's all in the slice, thin slice, and so we're going to take this, and what do you add to it? You can add just about any dressing, but remember, if it's got fat in it, then your body's going to have trouble breaking it down. You can add a red onion. I don't even take the red onion I chopped. I take, and let's see, where did my red onion go? I'll take, if you want onion in it, you may not. But this Asian slicer will give me a very thin slice of onion. So you just get a little bit of a taste. Look at this, paper thin. Isn't that amazing? All right, and so if you want onion in it, this one I'm not going to use it, but I wanted you to see that fancy dancy slicer that I just love. I take and have these slicers at every one of our homes, and as we're setting up our healing homes, every one of those homes will have an Asian slicer in there. Okay, so what can I add? Key lime avocado infused oil, because I want to try and keep my oils down. A tangerine fig balsamic vinegar. This is another one, sweet and thick balsamic glaze. So I'm going to show you a very simple, a little bit of oil, avocado oil, maybe about that much, less than a teaspoon. I'm going to let my tangerine give me my flavor, and you'll notice, so I'm not putting any salts, any peppers, any other taste. You're going to get a great. Now this is a little on the sweet side, so if I want to make it a little tart, it's kind of like mixing a drink. Let's see if I can get that open. Right? So instead of being at the bar experimenting with all the liqueurs, we're at the kitchen experimenting with all these balsamic vinegars. This is actually a balsamic vinegar. It has a nice little taste. And then you can also add a fruit to it. Peaches, apples, slice them thin. I'm going to actually take and put a little bit of tangerine so that I get a citrus taste. That's about it. So this is a great salad. Always have a red cabbage in your refrigerator, and anytime you want to boost up your energy, you want to eliminate some of the heavy feeling after dinner or prevent the heavy feeling with dinner. So you're going to see I'm going to cut these tangerines. That is how simple it is to make a very healthy salad to go with anything you prepare that's going to be a little heavier. So mix it up. It keeps really well. The nice thing about cabbage salad is it doesn't go wilty. If you make a green salad and you stick it in the refrigerator with dressing on it. So there's our cabbage salad, and bon appetit.